So this is another really big one. I didn't even see this. So Discord sets all accounts to teen mode unless adults can verify their age. I think, in my opinion, like, this is the biggest fucking story today. This is a really big fucking deal. So this is, and by the way, it's not entirely true. I know there's an algorithmic detection that, you know, if you say on God or, you know, like anything else, like if you say that enough times, you automatically get flagged for age verification. You know, if you say 6'7", like more than 2 times, you get flagged for age verification. There's a lot of things that'll flag you for age verification. That's just the way it is. So yes, and anyway, I don't know. No, I'm being honest, right? That's at Skibidi Riz. Yeah, say Skibidi Toilet, link a Skibidi Toilet video. You're getting age verified. So Discord sets all accounts to teen mode unless adults verify age. So let's go back. We'll look at this right here, and I'll see if I can find it. Oh my god. Words cannot express the disdain I feel for Discord, so I drew my persona beating Wumpus to death. Dog boy artist, free Palestine, abolish ICE. It's actually amazing to me that people like this exist, because these are like balding neckbeards wearing fedoras and cargo pants with a My Little Pony t-shirt on. It's like you are the Infinity Gauntlet of fucking, you know, like stereotypes. It's unbelievable. What is this? Kids are not all right? Yeah, it's weird. And he's got the Pee-wee map affixes, definitely. And they put me on senior mode if I use the word lit. If you say lit, I don't know, probably not. I mean, it's got to be something that's like groovy. Like if you say groovy, they give you free nitro as like a senior discount, okay? Like, they're like, listen, you're going to be dead soon anyway. You're going to get Discord Nitro for free for your whole life. So for the next 8 months, right? And that's it. Smooth? Yeah, something like that. Rambunctious? That's a big word. So anyway, Discord will require a face scan or ID for full access next month. So Discord announced on Monday it's rolling out. Okay. So anyway, let's go to the next one here. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Discord. Okay, so this is the actual press release by Discord themselves. So, teen by default settings will roll out globally for all Discord users, enhancing age-appropriate protections while maintaining privacy. Discord is announcing stated teen safety features rolling out globally. Let me just scroll all the way down so you guys can read it more easily. Globally, that reinforce long-standing commitment to creating safer and more inclusive experiences for users over the age of 13. As part of this update, all new and existing users worldwide will have a teen-appropriate experience by default with updated communication settings, restricted access to age-gated spaces, and content filtering that preserves the privacy and meaningful connections that define Discord. So what we're having now is that Discord is going to be... So much for Discord. No. You guys don't understand. This is the new normal. Welcome to the new normal, gentlemen. Like, every single website in probably 5 years is going to have some variation of this. I don't think you guys understand how bad... Like, you think about... Jeffrey Epstein, really bad. Yeah, he was really bad. But we have millions of little Epsteins on Discord, social media, Instagram, TikTok. Like, you have these TikTok lives. I don't even want to say this because it's disgusting, but listen, we're just going to talk about it in plain English. You have these underage girls that are dancing on camera on TikTok live, and you have creepy old men that are donating the money like it's an underage strip club. This is a big problem. And whether you think that age verification is the solution or not, the reality is that there are so many people that do that it is an inevitability. The problem is that the internet now has become so big and it is so influential on our real lives that whenever the internet affects people's real lives, you need to have accountability for that behavior. You do. And if you have people that are completely unaccountable, totally anonymous, that are able to do stuff that's bad on the internet, what's going to happen is that people's real lives are going to be damaged. And it's like you can't drive around without a license plate. And I'm not even arguing for this to happen, but what I am saying is that there are enough people in the world that see it this way for this to become the new normal. That's it. This isn't like this is new. Yes. And you're lame. I'm not lame. I'm telling you the truth. I told you guys, remember 6 months ago, I told you guys over bad. Yes. Bad analogy. It's not a bad analogy. It's not at all. It's just the truth. That's how people will see it. So ban guns. People all the time try to regulate guns. There's 50 different regulations on guns. Like, absolutely. Owning a gun without a license to own a gun in some cases is illegal. Like, what argument are you trying to make? Are you retarded? So anyway, yeah, why do you think you have the ATF? So I've been saying this is going to happen for a while now. Do you remember whenever I said, soon this is what's going to happen and it's going to become the new normal? And everybody was getting mad at me. Everybody was mad at me. Remember that? Oh, man. I just really, like, that's wrong. Yeah. Hey, it's just, listen, guys. Everybody says I'm retarded. But what they forget is that most people are retarded. So that's the reason why I can know where things are going to go. Is because I can think like a retard. And if I can think like a retard, I know what all the retards are going to want. And this is what they're going to want. That's the way it is. Yes, in the immortal words. But the people are retarded. That's right. So yes, and our favorite retard crystal ball, yes. And now finally I have more people that are seeing this, and I'm very glad to see it too, right? But anyway, I just want to say that this is just yet another thing that I was right about. Even though everybody was mad. This is going to become so normalized. Like, in probably 5 years, you're going to need to use your ID to make social media accounts. I don't know about everywhere, but there will probably be different tiers of social media accounts, and ID will be required for using the higher tier of those social media accounts. Immortal wisdom? Well, that's just how it is. And never doubt global ID will take longer. Well, I think that we're probably going to see, so as the internet becomes increasingly more regulated, what we're going to be seeing erode is the idea of the World Wide Web. Because whenever you have a website and an internet that's regulated for Romania, China, America, Argentina, El Salvador, Cuba, right? Maybe not Cuba, right? But like, Germany. Like, you have too many rules and there are too many conflicts, and you're probably going to have a more segmented internet in probably 10 to 15 years from now. You are. And I think that that's already beginning with different social media websites. So yeah, and I think that's sad. I do. I think it's a bad thing, but I think that's where we're going. And anyway, let's ask global privacy forward age assurance. Okay, here we go. Key privacy protections of Discord's age assurance approach include video selfies of facial age estimation, never leave a user's device. Quick deletion. Identity documents submitted to our Discord vendor partners are deleted quickly, in most cases immediately after age confirmation. I can't wait for a leak in 2 years to confirm this isn't true. Straightforward verification. In most cases, users complete the process once their Discord experience adapts to their verified age group. Users may be able to ask to different methods. Private status, a user's age verification cannot be seen by other users. That's probably a good idea. Default settings, age-gated spaces, stage restrictions, giving teens a seat at the table. I really don't think that, like, here's the reality. If you allow teens and people who are underage to have peer-to-peer messaging, you're going to have grooming. That's it. You're going to have it. There's no website that's not going to have that if you have people that are able to interact with each other, whether it's Roblox, World of Warcraft, MySpace, Twitter, Discord, Club Penguin, Neopets, Call of Duty. You will have this no matter what. Discord just had a data leak, especially on a default as teen. That's not very well thought out. Well, I think it's the reason why they're doing that is because there are a lot of Discords that are for porn. Like, remember like maybe 5 years ago or so, every Discord had like an NSFW channel. Like, I think that's really creepy and weird. Why? It's just like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. But for some reason, a lot of these different channels had that. Really? Yeah, many of them had that. And we never had it? No, my Discord never had that. But like a lot of other Discords did. So, why? I don't know, because people like doing that, I guess. But it's a big problem whenever you have a kid that's going on these Discords and looking at porn, right? It is. It's a big problem. And a lot of adults don't want to have their children going on an unmoderated website or an unmoderated app and then looking at porn and not understanding what's going on. That's really the issue. Are you in favor of the verification? Am I in favor of the verification? I'm thinking, like, what would my solution be? Because, like, I'm thinking this, like, just give me a minute. I'm thinking, like, kind of in my head, like, what would the actual good solution for this problem be? Because it's very obvious that this is a problem. This is a legitimate problem, and ignoring the problem, in my opinion, is not a solution. Like, you can't just say, ignore the problem. I think that you should look at different tiers of accounts, and starting somebody on a non-peer-to-peer messaging account that can't upload images, and then requiring them to use an ID to do peer-to-peer messaging and to upload images, I think that's something that I could potentially agree with. I don't really know, though. I'd really have to think this out a lot. But I think that really, and here's another component to it, nothing will stop kids from getting on the internet more than better parenting. You can have every rule and every, logistics set up, but kids will use their parents' ID, they will use their parents' account, they will use, their parents' computer, and they will be doing it no matter what. So at the end of the day, you cannot replace good parenting. And I think that really that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do any diligence at all. Obviously, yes, you should still do due diligence, and you should still try to take a best faith effort in order to prevent minors from going on porn sites. Absolutely. But at the same time, I think that it's, we were all kids. We were all kids. If you were 11 years old, could your parents have stopped you from looking at titties? Could they have stopped you from looking at porn? Nope. No, absolutely not for me. Not for me. We're doing that shit every day. Every day. Start with the parents. Yep, absolutely. Internet was less restricted back then. Really, if you were 11, you really think you wouldn't be able to figure it out? What are we doing here, right? Obviously kids can figure this shit out. I guarantee you that there's elementary school kids looking at porn. I guarantee you that, at recess, they probably have their smartphones out and they're showing each other weird porn shit. And they're probably 9 and probably 10, 11 years old. That's probably what's happening. Straight up, it's fucking weird, it's creepy, and it's bad, but that's almost 100% chance that's what's happening. And do you want to know why? It's because that's what we did. That's what we did. And I don't think that the kids nowadays are that much different. But that being the reality doesn't mean that you should not take good faith efforts to avoid having kids. And here's another really big issue, right? And this is something that's not really talked about enough. And the only context that it's talked about in is a homophobic context, where basically, kids that get abused, it's going to make them gay or transsexual or something like that. But there's actually a much bigger context to this, which is whenever you introduce children, and whenever I'm saying children, I'm talking about pre-puberty. Whenever you introduce children to sexual content that is, fetish content or something like that, you can fuck up their brain wiring. You can. And I think this is a well-documented reality. It's a fact. And so how do you solve that problem? You fuck them up, right? And I use the meme, right? We use the meme. How many people in our generation got one-shotted by Lola Bunny and turned into furries? Probably many people. I would say lots of people. Why do I like goth girls? Probably because I watched Underworld with Kate Beckinsale 1,000 times. It's true. That shit works. It does. Absolutely. Natural selection. Yes. And so think about how much worse it is for even weirder shit. Think about that. Teen Titans? Yeah, right. Or so, like, whatever. I was a little bit too old for that. But, like, yeah, I see people cosplay, I think, Raven or something like that. I have no idea. But I think that's another good example. You're right. And so, generally, what I'm saying is that kids going on the internet and being groomed into weird fetishes is a big problem. And it needs to be addressed. And it needs to be taken seriously. But at the same time, you can't stop it unless you have good parenting. It doesn't matter how many regulations, rules, or, you know, conformities Discord has. It will not make a single fucking bit of difference. So yeah, Scott Pilgrim chick? Bro, absolutely. Yep, there you go. Disney Pixar moms? Yep, 100%. And let it go, bro. Weird fetishes were goth girls to our parents. Well, what I'm saying is that people, like, you know, people's early sexual experiences, you know, good or bad, it's like growing a tree, right? If you have a tree that, like, gets fucked up whenever it's growing, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be like this, right? Or it's going to be like that or whatever. And so, like, I think it's pretty obvious that's what's happening. And extreme simulation is like kids for drugs. Internet at young ages is a big debuff for life. I mean, I was on the internet. I'm going to tell you, like, this is just me, right? So I was on the internet at age 10 and 11 years old, completely unrestricted. I would go and look at porn every fucking time my mom wasn't awake. I would be doing it constantly. I'd be Googling anything that I wanted. I'd be looking up all kinds of shit. My friends would come over, older and younger. We'd look at it together, and we were doing this. Then I got a computer in my room at 14, and then, like, you know, Jeff would be sitting there, and he'd be looking at porn all night long. And then he'd wake up, and he'd say, it was Cody looking at porn. And I asked Cody, I said, no, Cody, it wasn't me, it was Jeff. And then I go to Jeff, I said, Jeff, you were looking at porn. Cody said he was asleep. And he says, oh no, Cameron came over, he was looking at it. So then Cameron comes over later on in the day. I asked Cameron, were you looking at porn? He says, no, I was at church. And it's like, Jeff, were you looking at porn? Oh, it's a virus. And all of this, by the way, all I wanted him to do was run Alterac Valley for me on my warrior. I told him, play Alterac Valley so I can become a Grand Marshal. And if you do that, I'll buy you a hot dog at 7-Eleven tomorrow. I wake up in the morning. My computer's full of porn and viruses. My character's dead in Scarlet Monastery. And I'm missing 15 gold. And I look at my honor. He did half of one game. So yeah, I woke his fucking ass up. I said, Jeff, what the fuck? I was mad, bro. Like, worst deal ever. Yeah. And that was it. And so anyway, Jeff, one job. He had one job. How pissed were you? I was fucking furious. It was AV weekend. That shit was AV weekend. I was ready to go to work. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I do the same, I know. But anyway, I get it. I know, it is what it is. So this is the way it happened. Now hackers can steal millions of government IDs instead of just 70,000. TeamSpeak is really just trying to get in on this. They're really trying to put themselves out there. Now, the same Discord that had an ID leak 4 months ago. That's the joke I made, right? So Discord will require a face scan or an ID card for full access. So let me talk about the bigger picture with this, okay? So here's where things are going. ID is going to be required for everything on the internet. If you want to buy something, ID is going to be required. If you want to make a social media account, ID is going to be required. The internet is too powerful, too pervasive, and too influential for there not to be a higher level of accountability. Now, whether you agree with this or not, I don't like this world, but I know where we're going, okay? If I say it's going to rain tomorrow, that doesn't necessarily mean I want it to rain. But it's going to fucking rain tomorrow. And I'll tell you something that's raining right now. We'll create a new internet? Shut up. Just shut up. And we'll all go back. Yeah, but shouldn't it be up to the companies to request ID info? It should be a government app. I agree with you that there should be a government, basically two-factor authentication where you have an authentication code from the government that you can use in order to log into social media websites. So there's double-blind verification, and nobody actually gets held accountable for it unless there's a legal proceeding. I think that's what should happen. Like, if you want to have a good solution, because think about it like this. Do you want to give your ID to every fucking company and then have one of them have a leak and then everybody's shit comes out? Or do you want to have the government have it? Like, I don't really trust the government a lot, but I think that they're probably going to do a better job than Sony. Okay? They're probably going to do better than Sony. Sony's not so good. And so they already have it. Yeah, Palantir. Yeah, they already have it. And so you can just request a code. And this is what South Korea has. South Korea has this right now. If you get banned in League of Legends, you're done. That's it. It's over. You can't make a new account because you need to have you need to go and have an account that has, like, I'm trying to remember, like, it has this code, because there's this girl that I knew. I was talking to this girl, and so she was like fucking masters in League of Legends, and this is I'm just gonna say it, this is some Korean titty streamer. What the fuck are you talking about? You're masters in League. Why don't you play League on stream? She never would. She'd never play League on stream at all. And at the same time, she'd just sit around and bounce her titties. And she was hot as so. I tried to get her to come to America. I said, I'll even eat duck with you. And she's like, do you have duck? I don't want to eat a fucking duck. It's disgusting. I was willing to compromise so much. I was down bad, so bad. And nothing happened. It didn't work out. Just like all the other ones, okay? I'm just being honest. I was completely down bad. And so duck is delicious. A duck belongs in a pond, okay? I don't want to eat a duck, okay? So I'm not gonna do it. Who was she for research purposes? Does not matter. And so anyway, you guys know I don't talk about that stuff on my stream. And so just for multiple reasons. But anyway, so that's how I know about this. You need to have an account and a code in order to do this. You do. And so, a cow belongs in a field? No. A cow, you need to kill the cows so you can eat them. What are you, retarded? Or what is this guy? Some kind of retarded? Like, what is this? No. You eat the cows. Fucking duh. Like, of course. Yeah. The problem is you were down bad, made you look weak and uncontrollable. I mean, honestly, yep, you're right. Absolutely right. You're totally right. And so anyway, and you have some weird logic sometimes. It's not logic. It's just taste. And so Discord is doing this. This is what's going to happen with everything. It's going to happen with everything. And you're going to have kids, like they did this with Death Stranding 2. And you will also have, here's the next level, you will have apps that will be created in order for those apps to game the verification system. Like, as with everything, it's a cat and mouse game, right? Where, like, you have, one adult, well, I don't know about that. And, they're going to come up with rules, and then they're going to come up with workarounds, and then there's going to be more rules, and there's going to be a workaround for those rules, and then before you know it, it's going to be something else, and that's it. You don't know shit? What is this here, if I find it? If you know shit won't work, why accept it? Let's tap into this. Let's tap into this. Name one law that has ever been introduced in the history of mankind that has prevented the crime that law was designed to remove. Name one. In all of humankind. In all of history. Prohibition? That's true. Nobody drank alcohol during Prohibition. That's true. Nobody was making alcohol or selling alcohol during Prohibition. It was gone. This isn't a law. This is a corporation implementing policy. Yes, you could say your chat right now, don't accept it, don't give them your ID, and we'd do it, and it'd work. No, it won't. It won't work. I don't think that you understand, like, listen. I am the retard whisperer. You're not. I am. So why don't you listen up? The modern retards will immediately eat this up, and we are vastly in the minority. You might not like it, Fire Pro. You know what IRC is. You have gray hair. Fire Pro. I don't know. Do you have gray hair or not? That's all I want to know. Just a simple yes or no question. We have ourselves a seasoned wizard. A seasoned wizard. A veteran of the Habbo Hotel. A veteran probably of Neopets. A man who's seen the world on the internet that was born into existence 3,000 years ago. And you, because I knew this. Like, I mean, again, like an Unk? Yes. In other words, an Unk. And so here's the thing, man. I get what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is that the internet collectively needs to have some level of accountability system because too many people in the world right now think that it needs that. I think it's true. And I don't think that there's anything that we can do to push back against this. Because there are too many people that are not like us that don't see things the way that we see things. I don't think that you, like, and think about it like this, right? You don't know a fucking thing about Discord or any of this, and you see a special on NBC, and it's about predator Discord groups, and you start seeing more and more and more of these. And do you want to know why there's so many specials about these? It's because they're real. That's the reason why. And this concern, VOD, thanks to the gifted subs, Void, thanks for the gifted subs, I appreciate it. It's because they're fucking real. And so, gray hair and not apparent, well, I'm just saying, right? But for fuck's sake, at least fight it. I think a good way to say this. All right, let me think. The world's not ready, it is. There are times where you should try, whenever you're falling out of something, where you should try to get your parachute to open, and there are other times where you should brace for the fall. Gentlemen, there is no parachute. There is no parachute. That's the way it is. We're bracing. I'm telling you the way it's going to be. Patriot Act? That's right, Patriot Act. We're going to have another Patriot Act soon, by the way. You might not know that, but it's going to happen. Yeah, I know. See, you're doing this. You know who does this? People with gray hair. Yep. This is straight up from AIM. This is from AIM and from fucking MSN. All right? It's on MySpace. Like, you don't even understand. Bro, you don't even know how old you are. You got no idea how old you are. Well, fine, what would you suggest? I would suggest trying to make this as minimally as invasive as possible and making it as healthy and as good as possible. That's about it. Watch the port. I'm sorry for spamming. You are sorry for spamming. What happens whenever you spam? What's the rule for spamming in my chat? I saw your message, I ignored it. I don't know who that is, I don't care. Since we're talking about unks, I got a question for you, Xerxes. What's the shape of Italy? Remember this one? Remember this one, guys? This is classic. Real classic. We're gonna hit him with the ancient magic. Go ahead. What's the shape of Italy? Is that preserve really? No, it's all right. Check Benny John. What's he got going on? He made a video about me? Oh, he made a video about me? He a bot? Is he a bot? Oh, no, you're just a spammer. I don't know how this guy didn't get perma'd. She should have been perma'd a while ago. I check it one more again. So you don't even know. He doesn't even know. Guys, spamming gets you banned. There are no exceptions. There are no, oh, but my point is really important. I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck would be typing if they didn't think their point was important? Everybody thinks their point's important. See, this is the kind of stuff. See, like, this is the reason why... nobody know how to think, man. Everybody always say, oh yeah, Italy was the shape of a boot, by the way. I don't know either. We have filters, but he got through. I don't know how. Yeah, exactly. And how'd you let him cheat in the game? Yeah, exactly. And it's really that simple. What about bathroom breaks? Does that count? Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so this is where we're at. Discord's going to add this. I'm going to read a few more of the comments here. It kind of pisses me off that I've had my account for 8 years, but the new default assumption is that I made it when I was 9 years old, and I'm not clearly an adult. Next. A few months ago, Discord literally had a data breach that leaked people's ID for age verification. I don't really trust a system like this. Creek's right. He's obviously right. Finally, can we move on from Discord? No, Discord's the best system right now. What, are you going to go back to Skype? I bet Skype probably already has this too. This is so fucking scummy. So this was a... How do you have 12,000 likes but no comments? Oh. Another episode of Hove's Mad. So, I remember this girl. This stupid bitch got laid off of Larian and started trying to piggyback and shit on them for using AI. And that's it. That's the reason why. Yeah, you remember her? Remember her? She sitting around complaining about me. Like, I never forget anybody. I never forget a single fucking person, man. I remember now. I never forgot. This is so scummy. Someone's got to do, like, you gotta be botting like 13,000 likes on something with 0 replies. Like, I don't know about this. Maybe it's only people that you mention can reply. Oh, of course, right? And so this is, yeah, of course. And Valve fans, you know what to do when Discord asks you for a face scan. They are ending internet anonymity. I hate to say this, guys. If you actually think that you're anonymous on the internet, you are a professional retarded. Do you actually think that Palantir and the FBI and the CIA can't figure out what website you went to? Are you a retarded? Like, they can figure this out so fast. Like, they can, like, it's instantly. Like, it's not even a question. Like, I don't even know how anybody, like, how does anybody believe this? But my VPN! If they ain't on, why does Discord want our IDs? So they can preemptively do it. And I think that's also a very good argument, if you want me to be honest, is that if you can already find out, because think about, all right, so let's apply logic here. In the UK, they're able to identify and figure out who made bad tweets because they're able to arrest the people for making the bad tweets. Logically, right? Is that these people are not using identification, but they were still able to isolate and figure out who was on that account and then arrest that person. So why do you need extra ID verification if you already have the ability to stop people who are doing things that are wrong? You see what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is poison your data. Yeah, but like you're talking about things that like 0.1% people are going to do. That's the part I don't get. My internet provider knows what I'm doing. Well, yeah, they had not used a VPN. You really think that they can't figure out a VPN? Or you really think that? I mean, like, think about this, right? There are the guys that work at the FBI that are morons, right? There are. But think about the top 10% agents at the FBI. Think about how smart they are. Think about the fact that they have the entire tools and resources of both the American and, more importantly, the Israeli government at their disposal. You're talking about fucking Agent Smith level wizards. And then also, keep in mind, think about the top 1% of that top 10%. Do you really think he can't figure it out? Really? You really think he can't figure it out? That's scary? Yeah, exactly, guys. And their tools got leaked? I don't know if they did. I mean, like, I have no idea. I don't know all their tools, honestly. I know a very small amount. But we're going to need ID to verify your 10-year-old account is being used by an adult. Glad these changes are definitely for child safety and not any other reason. People do buy and sell Discord accounts. Obviously, that's what you're going to have to do. Rapidly using the ability to communicate and access information anonymously online, and leftists aren't even talking about it. It's so bad. It's going to keep getting worse, too. They're literally using AI to spy on you. I saw him post this here. However, some users may not have to go through either form of age verification. Discord is also rolling out an age inference model that analyzes metadata, like the types of games a user plays. That's right, guys. If you play Fortnite, it's time for an age verification. Oh, wow, look at you. Oh, you're playing World of Warcraft? No, you don't need to be age verified. No, you're 40. We know. A 41? Yeah, right. Okay, got it. Sure. That's it. Yeah, they don't need to do that. And anyway, metadata on the types of games the user plays, their activity on Discord, behavioral signs like signals like signs of working hours or the time they spend on Discord. Yeah, I mean, this is simple. It's just an algorithmic telemetry system that, you know, like basically every single website has. And they're just going to apply this to a, what do you call it? To Discord. Like, duh, of course they're going to do this. And I think that it's accurate probably 95% of the time. So, yeah, of course. Why are you calling me out? I hop on TBC? I'm telling you the truth, right? And so, yeah, bro, you say Skibidi Toilet, age verification. You say Riz, age verification. You say Groovy, you get free Nitro for a senior discount. You say, you know, On Fleek, age verification. You say On God, age verification. 6'7", yeah, well, we're going to find out if you're 6 to 7 years old because you've got an age verification. Like Rad, you got Rad, you're fucking 50 years old, okay? Wicked, you don't need age verification. Epic, you're a millennial, you don't need age verification. You're probably fat now. And Gnarly, no age verification. You probably grew up watching Tony Hawk. Let's see, another one. Tubular, bro, you get a referral to a nursing home. Let's see here. We got any more of these? Sick? Hard to say. I mean, if you're in California, you might get an age verification. If like you're out of California, you definitely get an age verification, or you don't get an age verification, right? And so, like, okay, let me think. Other ones, Rafflecopter, that's a millennial term. For show, millennial term. Pwned, millennial term, no age verification. Zoinks, millennial term, that's from Scooby-Doo. Off the Heezy, I feel like that was like that's like a white trash term from 2010, right? I mean, like that's anybody that they probably have like 7 kids by now, right? They're living in one trailer. And so Rafflemouth, that's a millennial term. Yep, got another one. Bazinga, you just get banned. Let's see. Motion, depends, right? It depends. I don't know about that. Word to your mother, definitely no age verification. What else do we have? We got any Mogged? If you use Mogged and you also use anything pilled, and then you also are part of any sort of looks maxing community, you do immediately go to age verification. You're 16. You're 16. That's the reason. Yep, it's got to happen. Dope. It depends on what the context is. Scoundrel, that one's fine. Fat, that's like 40-year-old men. Let's see. What about lol? That's millennial again. Yeah, for shizzle, definitely millennial. That's what old people say. That's what people that are our parents would say in order to try to communicate with us in the same way that we say 6'7" to communicate with like a kid. Right? I mean, I feel like that's kind of the same thing here. And anyway, no, I can go back and we will get even more hag maxing. Yeah, hag maxing. What does hag maxing mean? Oh, dating girls over the age of 25. Okay, yep, you're going to age verification. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're 50? I just found Leonardo DiCaprio's account. That's crazy. So anyway, yes, Discord is, Discord is going to be doing this. I think this is going to be what's normal, right? Obviously. Rapscallion, you need to go to the time travel. You're going back to 1600. Yep, you're going back to 1600. That's what's going to happen. That's just the way it is.